Run for your life! Your life, born by my ancient hand this day. Catacomb Cult Podcast. Catacomb Cult Podcast.
Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Catacomb Cult Podcast. My name is Javin Romero, your intrepid host for this evening's festivities. And I'm sorry about the hiatus. I haven't had episodes in a few weeks, really shit like almost a month. Partly because of work shit. I had a lot of work stuff going on, but I also been trying to do like other creative shit too. So I started a vlog. I don't know if you saw it, fucking link right here. And it's not really a vlog, not like some Casey Neistat shit. It's more like me, doing fun shit that I want to do, like in learning new shit. Like so this first vlog was me fishing with my dad's old ass fishing pole. And yeah, just going out in the surf and fishing, and I saw some cool shit. And but anyway, so it's just gonna be shit like that, like maybe some metal detecting, maybe some coastal foraging. I want to get into that. Like the tide pools in San Pedro are pretty dope, so I want to check that shit out. They have those purple sea urchins that they're telling people to fucking harvest those. Like you can take like 35 a day. And like some marine biologists are going out there and just smashing them with hammers because these sea urchins, these purple sea urchins. Oh, shit. Oh, good Lord. Pardon me. But yeah, these purple sea urchins are like fucking decimating the kelp forests, which feed all kinds of shit like abalone, I guess. And like you used to be able to go harvest abalone. I guess it's just like I don't really even know what that is, but I think it's one of those big like sea cucumber things, and you can eat them. I've never had it, but yeah, you can't. Like I guess they've stopped that for like the past 6 years. Like you can't go get abalone anymore because the population is dying out because of these sea urchins that are fucking killing kelp forests. The kelp forests under the water. It's kind of a trip, like. And sea urchin is uni. I've never had uni. I've always wanted to try it because, it's crazy expensive. For like a little piece, it's like $25. And you can just go get like 35 of those. It's kind of a trip. So I want to do that. Drinking Stella tonight instead of my normal Budweiser. Butt wiper, as my grandma likes to say. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I've been doing, and those vlogs are really fun to make, man, because I'm having fun doing it too, and like flying the drone and shit. I want to incorporate my dog in my activities too, but filming and then her, and she's impossible. It was like a cartoon the other day. I tried to take her fishing and she was running around me with the leash. I'm like holding a fishing pole in my camera. I'm like, bazooka is impossible, utterly impossible. But yeah, the reason I've been like on this like fishing kick and this I want to go more metal detecting and shit like that is because I started following this dude on YouTube, and the name of his channel is like Outdoor Chef Life, and he's like this sushi chef that makes my tongue feel swollen. Sushi chef named Taku. His name's Taku or something like that. And he's like from San Fran. He's a total badass. He goes out and just like forages for like uni and fucking fishes, and then he'll just chop it up and make fucking sushi right on the spot. Or he'll have like this little fucking hibachi grill. It's fucking dope. Here, let's look at one of his videos. I'll just show you like the real quick shit. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Outdoor Chef Life. And here's one episode called VanLife. Come on, man. This guy This guy is living the life I want to live, man. He's got his girl. His girl's all about it too. She likes fishing and shit. She's all like down. She's like helping build the van and all this shit. I mean, this fool was like a sushi chef. Now this is his entire job. Driving around. Like, I think he just went to Alaska, drove his van up to Alaska and caught some lobsters and shit. And like caught some lobsters and made like a dragon roll right on the beach. It's like crazy. So let's watch some of this.
Good morning. Welcome back to Outdoor Chef Life. I'm Taku, and there's a very low tide today, so we're gonna do some poke poling. Haven't been out in the tide pools in a long time. But first, I need to make a poke pole, and let me show you how I do that.
I don't know what a poke pole is.
A piece of bamboo, and you can use any kind of stick. You can use a broomstick. You can use even a tree branch if you wanted. And so I start with that, and also this is from a coat hanger, and just a wire, and you need some pliers.
We don't need to watch that. I'm gonna skip. All right, this is for editing purposes. I skipped to 16 minutes on the fucking money.
Ready to put the fish on. You know what? I'm just gonna dip it. I got the skin on there and everything. Why not? It's a beautiful sound. And I scored the fish as well. Oh, I guess I need more sauce.
I mean, come on, how dope would this be? I love fish too and seafood. I want that little grill too.
Hit so hard with the smoke. This is gonna cook quick.
Anyway, I'm not gonna show the whole video because all his videos are like 20 minutes plus. But he's dope. He's living the life that I want to live, just making content. Like, I want to be like his videos are all GoPros and shit like that. Like, I want to do some real. I know my first vlog was like this old ass GoPro, but fuck it, it's waterproof. That's the only reason I used it. But I want to do some like travel videos with like real cinematography and videography behind it, and like some kind of artistic flares. His are dope. He doesn't really do that much stuff. His is more just point, run, and gun. But yeah, he's a badass. I'm totally envious of him. His girlfriend is a dream. I don't even know her, but I'm in love with her. But she's only on like a few episodes. But just the fact that she's so bout it like that is mad cool. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. And I realized, man, I live in Long Beach. I want to utilize the ocean. That shit would be cool. Like, imagine just going out there, catching a fucking halibut that would cost me $50 at the store, you know, to get that amount of meat. More than that, shit. You know what I mean? They have to be 22 inches long, and you don't need a fishing license up and down the fucking, or if you're fishing on the coast, like, if you're fishing on land or the pier, you don't need a fishing license. You only need one if you're on a boat and shit. So, yeah, man, I think that sounds dope. I'm fucking hyped on it. Sorry, I'm getting mad texts. You know, transitioning from Outdoor Chef Life, which I'm so envious of him and his girl. You know, I've been like, you know, kind of doing the dating apps for a little bit. I think this one girl, she was like really into me. Like, this is months ago. She was like really into me, kind of. It seemed like we never even met, but she seemed like really into me. And then I feel like seeing maybe this podcast or something, or like, so maybe, I don't know. I might cut all this, but maybe not. Fuck it, I don't care. But yeah, I thought she was cool, man. So I don't know what happened. You know, these socials are crazy nowadays. Everybody lives by a meme, man. And I like showing memes, but it's just nonstop, man. And I don't know what to make of it when it comes to dating. I'm getting old, and you know, I'm still like fucking, you know, horny. And I need to get my rocks off sometimes. But it's also like, yo, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like I'm just getting old and my libido's going down or something, because I used to would be, you know, do anything. I'll be like, yeah, you live across LA, I'll get you an Uber for $90. You know what I mean? Just to get a potential, not even just to get it. It wasn't like a sure thing, but even just potential, like kicking it and drinking, you know what I mean, or something. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like my whole, I don't know, the chase is gone. I was never really like, I was never a dude who like went to fucking bars and pulled girls. I only did that a couple times, and it was usually when I was rapping. Like when I used to be on stage. Some reason, I don't know. Girls love a dude on stage. But yeah, so I never was really like a Mac at the bar or anything. Most of the women I hooked up with like knew me for a little bit at least, or knew me kinda, or you know what I mean. We were kind of friends. Yeah, the online shit. I feel like the chase isn't in me. Like if it ain't easy, not, and I don't mean easy like slutty, but I'm just like, if it ain't like, hey man, let's meet up and fucking get a drink and, fucking hang out at the crib or whatever, go watch a movie or something. I'm kind of like, nah, I don't like, if we're gonna have to talk for like 4 months, kind of like, nah. But I also don't know many people in Long Beach. And I wanted to start going, to bars and shit again, just to like play pool and meet people. But I don't like smoke cigarettes or anything anymore. So when I go to the bars, I used to smoke cigarettes, and I used to like, it was kind of a social lubricant, like smoking cigarettes. You'd go outside, there'd be girls, dudes, whatever, smoking, and you'd strike up a combo, you know what I mean? And maybe go hit a couple bars together and shit. But I don't smoke anymore. Is this shit cracking? Hold on. I don't smoke anymore, so that's gone. And I don't. It's weird for like me, a man in his 30s, going to a bar and like making friends. I'm not even talking about hooking up anymore. I'm talking about just like making friends and meeting new people. It's like so I go into a bar. I just did this a few days ago. I went into a bar. Well, I did it like 2 weeks ago and did have some fun actually. But I went to a bar just a couple days ago, and I like had 2 beers, and I was just like, I don't know anybody here. I'm not just gonna sit at the bar and pay $16 for 2 beers when I can get a fucking 12 pack for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody. I'm not like striking up conversations with people. I don't know. It's just weird now. And it feels double like that with girls. Like it's like I don't have the fight, not the fight. I don't have the chase in me. I don't have that lust, that ravenousness, the ravenosity. It's just not really there anymore. And I don't know. It's kind of sad, old age, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is a girl that I have been friends with for a long time, and we've worked together a couple times. Well, we've done stuff together a couple times. I probably shouldn't even say this, but I don't think she listens. But I've been told, yeah, I like her, but I don't think she likes me. Yeah, I just don't think so. Like we've hung out a few times, not even just like on some work shit. We've hung out too, and we'll hang out and drink or something. But yeah, I'm into her. She kind of I'm not. She didn't even friend zone me, because I've been friend zoned by a few chicks, which is cool. I like, that's cool. Whatever. This girl, I don't know. She's cool though. But yeah, that's been going on for years actually. So what can I do, man? Poor old Javin, gonna die with bazooka eating my face when I slip in the shower. She's gonna be locked in here and starving after a couple days. Shit, Zuka, she'll probably eat me 2 minutes after I die. She'll be like, finally, let me get a slab off that motherfucker. She'll probably kick in the door. Boom! Like I'll be showering, she'll hear doo-doo, fall. Boom, boom. And I'll just be gushing. Kind of like the Psycho scene when the blood just, and bazooka kick in the door, fucking dinner time. That's what she'd be like. God, she's so spoiled, man. I have gripes about Bazooka, but I realize I post a lot about. I post pictures of Bazooka constantly. I post little videos. I made two fucking film. I made two fucking short films with starring fucking Bazooka. So I realize people are probably like, "Fuck, enough with your dog." I'm like one of those crazy cat ladies with my fucking dog. But man, she's a tough little cook. Like I don't mean like tough little cookie like scrappy. I mean she's a bratty little bitch. That's what she is. She's a fucking brat. She's a cutie though. That's the only reason I put up with it. Yo, I've been watching this new show, or no, it's not new, but it's on Apple TV, and you get a free year subscription, which I've been trying to turn my mom onto and my sister. Both her kids have iPhones. It's like, yo, do the fucking free 1 year subscription. She's like, I don't know how to do it. I'm like, Tasha, you don't want to fucking be one of these old people that are just let technology pass them by. And they're like, I don't know how to do that. It's like, come on, get with it. But anyway, and there's badass shows on there. Well, a couple. Like that Servant show is badass. But I just started watching C, which I was like, oh man, Jason, when it first came out like a year or two ago, I was like, nah. It was one of the first shows. I was like, it looks like Vikings or something, which I'm cool with. I like The Last Kingdom and shit. That was cool. But this one I was like, nah, I don't like the premise or whatever. Like everybody's blind or whatever. But I ended up watching it like, fuck it. I need to watch sometimes I thought it was historical. I thought it was like about a dude who couldn't see. But then I read it. It was like, oh, it's in the future. And spoiler, it's not really spoiler. It's like a description. But it's in the future where nobody can see. Nobody can see except for these two people who are, considered like witches. So that's as far as I'll go. That's not a spoiler, so you're good. Yeah, but I was really surprised on how dope it was, because it got bad reviews too by the critics. The critics were like, I'm usually cool with some of the Rotten Tomato critics. I'm usually like in agreement with them, but yo, man, they were totally off the mark with this one because I fucking loved it. And it was hella unique. Like everybody's like, it was set like 500 years into the future or something, where a plague took out everybody's sight. It might have been more than 500 years. And like these people learn how to live in these societies. And it's just cool to like see how they do shit. And Jason Momoa, yo, fucking dude was badass. In fact, there was like, I was in episode 3 or something. There's a fight scene where I was like, man, this is mad innovative. I've voiced my opinions about action movies and shit, but I was like, this is mad innovative and like real creative. Like I was like, this was badass. I like stood up during this fight scene and was like, oh shit. Here, let me play it, man. Let me play it. I might not play the whole thing. It was pretty long, but yeah, that was his name, the great Baba Voss. Baba Voss was his name. And yo, I'll talk a little more about Jason Momoa in a second, but all right, check it out. This shit's so hard, man. And you know my feelings about fight shit. That's his son.
What was that?
See, his son can see. Jason Momoa can't see. And nobody else can see. Except for his son.
Close your eyes.
Yo, I love it. All right, we don't have to watch the whole thing, but it gets even more inventive than that too. But and they have like these people called shadows who like can creep up on you and like because everybody's hearing is like out of control, but these shadows can like walk silently through the woods and like creep up on you and like it's dope. It was really fucking dope. I thought it was badass. So the critics were wrong about that. Very wrong. Should be ashamed of yourself. And Jason Momoa, yo, his performance was dope. He did that shit really subtly. Like, I mean, he was in that clip you just saw, he's obviously doing his thing as an action dude, but he was really cool and like good acting. Like, he was real chill and like the way they talk to each other, like everybody talks with their face like right here, and it's just it's a trippy show, man, and I really liked it. And I'm glad I waited this long to watch it because I just found out season 2 is coming like August 20th or something, August 27th or something like that. So I don't have to wait like years to watch season 2. It's like a couple weeks away. So I'm amped on that. And Jason Momoa, man, I was never a hater of him or like I liked him in what? I think he was in Game of Thrones for a couple seconds, and I like Aquaman was like all right, you know. I didn't hate Aquaman, but yo, he's really dope in this, and I hope this shit keeps continuing.
In a world ravaged by plague and despair, there is one who has been chosen, unaware and oblivious. Her one-track mind only cares about treats. This is one treat that has a whole lot of truth. Whisked away through a wormhole to find space and time, she is Bazooka Tooth. Starring in The Medicine Bag and Medicine Bag 2, Dogtopia. Visit 40ec.com or at Javin Romero on Instagram to witness the mind-bending journey of the snuggly-wuggly, stinky poo-poo good dog. Roof, roof.
I just watched this thing on Neanderthals. Neanderthals? I hear like British people say Neanderthals, right? Yeah, I was reading this thing and listening to this podcast about Neanderthals. They found out in 2013 that Neanderthals have 3% of our DNA. So we're like part of them and shit. We used to think they were completely different hominids. But yeah, I was tripping on these Neanderthals, listening to this weird podcast called The Infinite Monkey Cage. It's my new shit. And they were talking about elephants and mammoths during the Neanderthal era.
Maybe not wearing some clothing that was quite nicely tailored, unlike the clever Homo sapiens after them.
Homo sapiens.
I think really what you should think of when you think of a Neanderthal in your mind is a hunter-gatherer, supremely well adapted to whichever environment they were in, whether it was cold or warm, like it is today.
Yeah, and now they're like saying, like they think they definitely had tools and clothing. They might even think they made textiles out of like plants, using plants as threads and shit, like, you know, like hemp or some shit, you know what I mean? Like making textiles like shirts and shit. So they think they're like, and they think their society, there was this one Neanderthal whose leg got crushed and they cut it off. There's evidence that suggests that they cut it off and he lived through it. Like, so that means there was some kind of medical, you know, it wasn't just like, and they didn't leave him for dead either, because he also lost his eye too. And he still lived amongst them, which before you used to think of Neanderthals as like fucking like apes and shit, like, or like brooding apes. Like if you broke your leg in a fucking ape colony, they're gonna be sad probably. I don't know. It seems like they will, but they're also gonna be like, yo, dude, peace. Like we can't help you. Like they're not gonna wrap it up, you know what I mean, and stop the arteries from bleeding out. But anyway, yeah, like so this dude crushed his leg, and they there's evidence that's suggesting that they amputated it. You know what I mean? And he lived through that. So that means some kind of shit had to happen, like tourniquets or whatever, you know what I mean? For him to heal and then still like get through, infection and all that. Anyway, it was a trip on, and this is like 400,000 years ago and shit.
Sorry, you're an expert on woolly mammoths, amongst other things. And I just wonder, where is the overlap then, in terms of the understanding of the mammoth and the understanding of Neanderthals? Where do we find that shaded area?
Well, that's actually a really interesting point that you make there, because in some ways fossil elephants in general are a really wonderful parallel for human evolution. So elephants have been the constant companions of humans since the get-go. They've got the shed oranges in Africa. Pretty much every site with a fossil human in has got a good chance of having an elephant in it too, because elephants, they're a species which now we've only got two African elephants, two species of African elephant and one species of Asian elephant. We think of them as not being this global phenomenon, but if you only go back 100,000 years, you had elephants all over the world, apart from Antarctica and Australia. Different kinds of species, different groups, and they've all gone extinct in the same way that all other hominids have gone extinct and left us with just one, us. So from the woolly mammoth point of view, understanding the history of the woolly mammoth is really, really similar to understanding our history and the Neanderthal history. It's so many similar questions because they all relate to the same period of time and the same climatic changes that were faced by Neanderthals and were faced by woolly mammoths and the woolly mammoth ancestors.
There is the key question though, what did they taste like? That's
delicious, I think.
Oh, those Brits with their dry sense of humor. But yeah, that's a trip, right? There used to be elephants in like North America and shit. Or like different species. Now there's only 3 species of elephants left. Two different African species and 1 Asian. That's sad, man. That's really sad. I mean, I don't know how integral they are to the circle of life or the ecosystem of our life, but it's pretty sad, man. So don't elephants bury their dead? They bury their dead. That's some intelligence if they do that, man. But yeah, man, go check out the Infinite Monkey Cage. It's a cool podcast and it has Brian Cox. I don't know if you know him. He's done some like he's like an astrophysicist. He's cool. He's that British dude who's always like, look at the water, look at it. It's made of millions of like I don't even know how to like talk, but he's always like real soft spoken. This little ant can carry 50 times his weight. What an incredible little creature. You know Brian Cox. He's been on like National Geographic. He's had all kinds of like how the cosmos work and shit. But let's get into the next segment for like the next couple minutes. It's the last segment. I'm starting to do segments now. And I'm going to call this one High Strangeness. Will I not be lazy enough to actually make the title move with my hands? You'll be the one to find out. So, yeah, let's go to High Strangeness. And let's look up some news articles, shall we? Incredibly bizarre news. London YouTuber claims to have been abducted by alien and fallen in love with one of them. Let's click on that one. Oh, are these joke articles? Sick of men on Earth, London actress Abby Bella says that she hopes to normalize interspecies dating. This might be like a thing like The Onion, maybe, right? This website. It's called All Things Interesting. To find her soulmate, London actress Abby Bella looked to the skies. She claims she fell for an alien after it swept her off. After it swept her into its UFO and right off. Wait, that's a fucking stupid sentence. She claims that she fell in love for an alien after it swept her into its UFO and right off her feet. I guess it's a stupid sentence. Or I'm just stupid at reading. But bored by the pandemic and unimpressed by the offerings on Earth, Bella explained that she joked online about wanting an alien to abduct her. Before long, she began having dreams of a white light. And then on May 31, Bella says she heard a voice in her dream and commanded her to wait at the usual spot. Bella had never heard this voice before, and yet she says she knew what it meant. The next evening, I sat at my open window, Bella said. She waited, and now, as she began to fall asleep around 12 a.m., a flying saucer swept into view. Before she knew it, she wasn't in her bedroom any longer. There was a bright green beam which transported me into a UFO. Fuck this story. It sounds so cliche. Yeah, I think this is just some clout chasing shit. This might be a fucked up, stupid website. Michael Jackson was chemically castrated by dad, says ex-doctor. I fucking heard of that before. Oh, the Cape Cod diver. The Cape Cod, I heard this story. This is like a national story. A Cape Cod diver was just swallowed and spit back out by a humpback whale. I heard about this story. I thought it was a blue whale. The whales are changing now, huh? But people are like saying, yo, man, if you didn't gram it or whatever, what is the phrase? If you don't if you don't take a photograph, it didn't happen. And he didn't. He said he was in there for 30 to 40 seconds. Michael Packard struggled to escape the whale's mouth and wondered if it would swallow him whole. God, I can't read. I don't have my glasses on either. I'm wearing shades. People are saying like a lot of people are questioning him. But I mean, if he is lying, just whatever, I guess. Like, if that makes him feel better, but it's kind of stupid to lie about. I mean, I don't think they're gonna make a movie about you. They already got the Jonah and the whale in the Bible. I don't think you can top that. They'll probably make a Jonah and the whale movie before they make Michael Packard, Cape Cod. I'm Michael Packard, Cape Cod. A fucking humpback swallowed me. He spit me right out. Fucking humpback swallowed me, spit me right out. I switched around in it for like 40 seconds, fucking drinking his bile. And why would the fucking whale spit him back out? I mean, I guess it is pretty big, even for a whale like a human. Okay, Joe Matheny made his victims into burgers and sold them to unsuspecting customers. I never heard of Joe Matheny, have you? Joe Matheny started out looking for his runaway wife and son, but ended up on a revenge-driven killing spree and turning his victims into burgers. When the police arrested Joe Matheny in December 1996, they expected him to put up a fight. The man was a 500-pound lumber factory worker with a tendency to fly off the handle. I should say so. If he's making burgers out of people. I don't know about this site. Maybe I should find a more credible site. What they didn't expect was a detailed and upfront confession of the brutality, which preceded by Matheny's own warning. I'm a very sick person. That's what he said. I had an insatiable need for revenge. That dude don't look 500 pounds. Jesus. He must be a big fuck. I mean, I don't know about this dude. However, it wasn't the murdering and dismemberment that was the worst of his crimes. No, it was how he disposed of the bodies to cover them up. Rather than bury and hide his victims somewhere secret. I was thinking like this was going to be in the 1940s. I didn't know 96. You might have eaten a human burger. I might have eaten a human burger. Rather than bury and hide his victims somewhere secret, Joe Matheny chopped them up, mixed them in with pork, and served them as burgers to unwitting customers from his roadside barbecue stand in Maryland. The murders had started about 2 years before he was arrested. Jeez, his wife left him. When Matheny's drug-addled wife took their son and left him, he flew into a rage. He spent days looking for them, checking halfway houses and even under the bridge where he knew she liked to do her drugs. Jeez, man. He looks like a scary dude. But I don't know how credible these stories are. I just went to like some odd news, all things interesting. All right. Leopard escape cover up at Chinese zoo. I wish they would have like all these stories are like written out crazy long. Woman faces felony charges for forgetting to return Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS 20 years ago. That's fucked up if that's true. Fuck that. Fucking punks. You know what I mean? If she's really facing felony charges for not returning a video, that's horrible. All right, this will be the last story. American Airlines reports UFO while flying over New Mexico. Though the pilots claimed a speeding missile-like object flew right near the plane, air traffic control found nothing on the radars. Yeah, these stories are too long. I'm gonna find a better site with oddball news. You know what I mean? More like punchy. I'm not gonna read a whole thing for you guys. Like I should have just read the headline. Joe Matheny made his victims into burgers. You know what I mean? I should be a headline hunter. Like Florida man arrested for at-home castration of man he met on the dark web. Always in Florida, right? Oh, here's another Florida story right next to that one. Florida man, it's always Florida man. Florida man stabs grandpa to death when he chops off his ear and stashes them in his pocket. Oh, woman grows hair in her mouth. That picture is fucking foul. I gotta get out of this. So all things interesting might be a little out of there. So, but anyway, that was a good podcast, I think. I think that was a good return to format. Might have been a little rusty. I haven't done this in a while, you know. I don't even know if everybody can hear me. I don't want to wear these headphones all the time, man. It's hot out, you know. Sorry for being a little stuffy, but yeah, I think it was a good one. As always, I love you. Give everybody you love a big smooch and say it was from Javin. Give him a big old smooch. And say, Javin, that's from Javin. That's from me to you from Javin Romero. Go like and subscribe with that smooch. These smooches ain't free. All right. Love you, everybody. Peace out. Catacomb Cult. Laters.
Established in 399 BC, this is the Catacomb Cult.